Hey guys, welcome back. So let's talk a little bit about the purpose of this place and some of my more recently developed ideas surrounding this, because we've talked a little bit about it before. But in regards to how we naturally operate in this place, it's very externally focused, right? The external creates internal sensations. Now, the law of attraction teaches the opposite, right? Create the internal sensation so that you can then manifest the external manifestation of those sensations, of those emotions, of those feelings, right? But in a sense, this place is all happening inside our heads. All the senses are externally focused, yet they are registered as mental synapses, right? Sensations in the brain that are creating an image, creating a feeling, creating some sort of registration of what just happened in the brain, and then affecting the whole nervous system, the whole body. So it's a balance of external to internal sensations, yet the focus is primarily external, right? That is the role of this place, to get you to then become externally centered so that you are chasing these things. Oh, I need a new house to make me happy. Oh, I need a new dog, a new partner, more money. Things like these that you think, or people think, will lead to some sort of happiness, some sort of pleasure, right? Like I said before, most people are chasing pleasure and running from pain. And then a select minority have actually figured that chasing pain and running from pleasure, which is delayed gratification, can actually serve to bring more pleasure. But it's still chasing pleasure while chasing pain, in a sense, if that makes sense. You still want the pleasure, but you realize that, oh, the instant gratification isn't the way to get the pleasure. I need more and more and more and more of the instant gratification, which much more quickly leads to addiction. Whereas delayed gratification says, no, I need to prolong this addiction. But they're both addictions to the external world. And I'll give you an example. Going to the gym, that has become a habit, and it's used for various reasons. Some of the more shallow ones are superficial, right? Looking good, attracting more quality, high quality partners, or better looking partners, standing out more, having some sort of intimidation factor. Whereas the more the side effects of going to the gym, the lesser seen ones, are feeling better, right? It can be a sort of therapy. It can actually exercise demons. It can get you to become more centered, more grounded, more in tune with reality, this illusion of a reality. Yet we are still using some sort of externally based modality for returning to our true essence. Now, there's nothing wrong with that per se, right? It's a great way to help. It's a great supplement. But the fundamental things need to be there, such as knowing how to be able to return to a grounded state, to a balanced state, to a detached state, without needing some sort of outside, external modality, method of doing so, okay? That being said, my point that I'm trying to make is that this place is, first of all, trying to cause a corruption. We are already corrupted by coming down here, because in a sense our psyche / soul / spirit has been split from the masculine essence, from the feminine essence, which feminine would be more the awareness, the masculine would be more the questioning principle, looking, searching, asking questions, right? Knowing something is wrong with this place. That's the masculine principle. Whereas the feminine is observing everything. And when they're connected, you're able to observe and be in the world but not of it. So what it does is it further tries to fracture us, further tries to split our consciousness, our ability to process things, by creating chaos, by creating trauma into our lives, and then leading us to some sort of addiction or slash karmic loop that is then created to bind us here. Now, we've talked about this before. What is that binding force? What is the best thing that they have to offer us here that we think is basically God incarnate, or the God source itself, that attaches us to this place? The best and worst thing is love. It's the conditional love that is offered here. It's the eros, the gravitational force, the passion, the flame that always needs to be kindled to. That's why passion or love here runs out if it's not taken care of. A fire runs out if more logs aren't put forth. It's depleting, right? It's not self-fulfilling. It's not eternal. That's why it's a very conditional aspect of love, also known as eros. Okay, it's how you know it's not true, because once you've discovered that principle inside you, the true love, the true source, you don't seek it outside of yourself anymore. You don't look for it in other things or people, whatever, material objects, situations. And you're able to share it with the world because it is full. It is self-fulfilling. You are able to tap into a never-ending source. That being said, when we don't have that, when we're not tapped into that idea, and we're operating from our level of consciousness here, and on top of that, we're traumatized from the childhood state, right, in a subconscious state in which we are sponges absorbing everything. It's much easier for us to become addicted to things. It's much easier for us to chase validation, love from other people, right, and to be stuck in karmic loops. And that's what this place does, right? So they use a great combination of fear and love here, because the love mentioned is conditional, like I said, and is the opposite side of the coin to fear. So fear and love, heads and tails, same coin, and it's used against us. Fear limits us from, let's say, leaving a very traumatic relationship because we're getting some of that love. We're getting what we think is true love. We're getting that dopamine. We're fulfilling that addiction. We're getting that hit. And we say, no, we're not going to leave that because I might not find it anywhere else. And I just found it. I've been chasing for so long, and I just got a glimpse of it. And it feels good, even though it's only 10% of the time. 90% of the time is trauma. But that 10%, man, it's really worth it. And, we can say you raise your vibration naturally by eliminating these traumas, which is true. The standard for your baseline, right, for your vibration raises, and you're not stuck in trauma anymore, in grief, depression, anger. Whereas you become maybe more neutral, more content, more peaceful, more loving. Yet the love that Jesus talks about when he said, "Love thy neighbor as yourself," isn't a passionate love, isn't like the eros of attraction of the magnetic force. that says, oh, I have such intense emotions for you, right? It's such a passionate magnetic force towards you that I love you like I love myself. No, it's a very different love, because the moment you start feeling these intense emotions, that passionate, those butterflies in your stomach, that nervous like feeling, where the vibration is oscillating very quickly, then you know something is wrong. Not necessarily wrong, but you know something is happening that is coming from a limited aspect of yourself, a depletionary aspect of yourself, in which you need that to fulfill you in some way. And you have these intense feelings that 99% of people have towards who they think is their whatever partner, towards their dog, towards that new car that they just got, right? Oh, that I love my new car, right? It's so beautiful, it's new, it's shiny, it's fast. And 3 months go by, 6 months go by, oh, I hate this car, man, it sucks. I'm so bored of it. Well, why? Because it wasn't true love. It was just new, and it was appealing to the eye, and you got bored because it was filling a void that wasn't already filled, obviously, right? That was chasing, that was looking for something to fill it. And oh, look at that, it was the new car, and it was the new partner, and it was a dog, a cat, whatever. All these things we chase to fill this void. And this can be likened to caring about people, caring about your children, caring about your family, caring about things that are meaningful to you in your life. And what does it mean to care? It means to be attached to a certain outcome. I care that good things happen to you because you're my family. But don't you see, that's the trick? You are so attached to whatever happens in their life that you can't possibly fathom something else happening, that you won't even allow it because you're trying to control it. And this isn't true love. This is passion. This is, I'm going to try and be the best person to help you, to whatever, to give you the best outcome for your life. I'm going to try and control everything so that you are safe. Which is, it's reputable, it's acknowledgeable, it's something worthy, and can be very welcomed at certain times, for sure. But it's an attachment, it's a cord that's keeping you here. And my last video prior to the one of Savannah was about having children in this matrix. And children are probably the most likely to elicit these forms of emotions from you, these forms of attachments, especially for mothers, right? The mama bear symptom, where they'll do anything to protect their child, even die. And some may say, well, that is the ultimate love, it's self-sacrifice. And for some that may be true, right? It's a relative true perspective. But it's not necessarily pure love. Pure love says, I love you, but I can't control what happens to you. You are free to make your own decisions. I'm unattached to, what you choose for yourself. I can help, and I'm here to help if you need it. But in a sense, I'm not going to control your life, or I'm not going to always be there for you to, hold your hand. And that's where this growth actually happens, because a lot of the trauma is formed around not being able to take responsibility and accountability for your own actions, because there's always someone there protecting you, nurturing you, giving you all the right answers or whatever. And that's where this higher vibration aspect comes in, because okay, now you were in the bottom, you were in grief, you were in trauma, you're in all that. But then we go into these higher vibrations where we think we're so high vibrational because we're so nice and kind to everyone. But what we're really chasing is validation, because mommy and daddy were always there to validate our choices. We're always there to tell us, oh, good job, you're making a great choice. So now we're always looking externally for some sort of point of authority, which is exactly what they want. Because the elders of Saturn, the council of elders, the ascended masters, the whatever all these beings are right there to waiting for you to give up your sovereignty to them, because you think they know better. And you've been fractured throughout your life, throughout your attachments that you've created to certain situations. And now you're always looking for what is the right answer. What should I be doing here? What is the best karmically beneficial option here, right? When all these really are some sort of contract or some sort of acceptance for the relieving of your sovereignty. Well, you have entered in this situation, this contract, and you say, yep, I'm going to give my power away to you because you know better, and I don't feel like thinking for myself. You should just tell me what to do. Which is 99% of the people in terms of their relationship with the government or any form of authority, their boss or whatever. Never really questioning the narrative, never really pushing the limits, never really saying, I want to do my own thing, I want to express myself fully, whatever that may mean down here. So, like I said, this place creates aspects of trauma, and it can do this very well through what we know as love, by sending in certain people based on the traumatic bonds that we hold, the karmic aspects that we haven't alleviated, and which is why in relationships it's actually recommended that you choose people that make you feel safe, that make you maybe even feel bored because they're outside of your normal type. Because whoever's controlling is more likely the demiurge sending in these people or creating these fated loops and situations, these dramas, right? Because the traumas create dramas. And you start feeling that passionate attraction. You start feeling that eros. And you say, wow, I feel amazing. I feel alive. It's the flame rising, right? Whereas true love is unattached, right? And you don't feel that. And maybe you mistake it for boredom. But yet the person then starts growing on you because you have now allowed them to create an attraction or a sort of connection based not on passion, not on physical attraction, not on mental attraction or things like that, but you start tapping into the true love for no reason at all. It's like, oh, I'm actually, attracted to this person or actually like this person, but I don't really know why. And then it grows maybe to the true love for no reason at all, right? I don't really even know. We're friends now, but I don't know why. We maybe didn't even have anything in common to begin with, but now I like all the things that they do. But then here, it's something you have to be careful with, is not becoming attached to them, right? You start actually feeling those feelings, and that can lead you to attraction. But that is for people that may even want to be in relationships, that may be choosing that route, may be choosing a complement to their lives, right? But that true love comes from within first. The twin flame, which I don't like that term at all anymore because it's a flame. Flame is of the demiurge, flame is of this matrix. The twin aspect of yourself is source, is first of all that feminine aspect, the awareness, which then turns into the connection with your higher self, which then turns into the connection to source, I believe. okay? And then you become like Source incarnate. You're able to emanate the true source, truth and love without attachments to this place, because that's how they get you to come back. Oh, you really had a great partner and they miss you and they want to go back and you should go back with them. Or oh, you had the kids and they need you, and this could be more prone to an NDE. They need you, so you need to go back. Oh, you created all this karma from your trauma and you didn't figure it out, so you need to go back. But this place is what caused the trauma in the first place, which then led to the karma, which then led to more trauma, right? They need to keep that loop going. That's why you're fractured to begin with. And then you fracture some more. And then you try to pick up the pieces along the way. But if you keep chasing, if you keep letting yourself get into these situations, you become stuck. And that's why I feel like this demiurge, the ruler of this matrix, sends certain people into your life to create chaos, to create disruption, to create a trap where it knows you're weak. It knows you have a disposition towards some sort of downfall, and it sets a trap. And that's why it's very important to become aware of your weaknesses as a personality, right? That's what I do with my readings. I help people see the qualities and their weaknesses to their chart, so that you can detach from the script, so you don't fall prone to their drama, entertainment, right? Because I feel like this is also some sort of entertainment to these beings. I was watching this out-of-body experience account, and it's again with the Roman Colosseums. And what happens in the Colosseums? The gladiators fight usually, right? But no, there was a very large audience, and there were these angels that were basically putting these distressed souls through their life reviews, and everyone was watching and applauding, and look at all the drama they went through, right? It created a sort of show, a movie for everyone to watch, and they love that. They extract energy from that. All these realms are based on energy. It's not the true spirit, it's energy. They're all feeding on each other, whether you know it or not. You're feeding on something if you keep chasing those emotions, whether you're getting your high from positivity or negativity from all that drama. A lot of people search for drama, right? They're getting their energy from that. They feel alive. It's important to become aware of these things. Anyways, I think that's enough. I think I've made my point. So let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.